Rasa Ride Sharing Company arasa.ca என்ற இணையதளத்துக்கு சென்று The Rasa Drivers ஆப்பினை டவுன்லோட் செய்து டிரைவர்ஸாக வேலை வாய்ப்பை பெறுங்கள். மாதாந்தம் $4,000 வரை சம்பாதியுங்கள். வணிக நிறுவனங்கள் Rasa இணையதளத்தின் மூலம் மளிகை பொருட்கள் மற்றும் உணவுப் பொருட்களை விற்பதோடு வாடிக்கையாளர்களுக்கு டெலிவரி செய்யலாம். தமிழில் தகவல்களை அறியாளையுங்கள். GTA பற்றி 40 ஆண்டுகள் அறிந்து கொண்டவரும் வீடு விற்பனை துறை ஊடாக மக்களால் அறியப்பட்டவருமான சிவா பிள்ளை. 416-854-0005. Taxi broker licensed by City of Toronto.
Recording in progress.
Good day, everyone. Just give us a few minutes. We're having some technical difficulties. We should be online in a few minutes. Just hold on right there.
Good morning, team. I always teach you guys, don't start with sorry. When you go to the listing presentation, be on time. Honestly, I came here at 8:15 this morning. I always prepare it at least an hour before I start. Video was working, audio doesn't work. Then I switching to Canon laptop and doing the seminar. Anyway, again, sorry guys for 5 minutes delay. For everybody's 5 minutes time is big time. My 5 minutes time doesn't matter. Everybody's 5 minutes time. I count that one on. All right. Today we are the first I ask always the $1 million question, but we are doing it. Instead of that one, I'm going to talk about already started late. That's a regular question I ask every week. Then I skip that part and moving into Oria's web webinar. They did last I believe it's on Wednesday at 12 o'clock. I posted in the website for the reminding for you guys. What they did actually, I want to give a summary. They're going to do online. They're going to go on ongoing basis. They're going to do a few seminars in the following weeks. But I'll go through a summary of the Trust in Real Estate. Trust in Real Estate Phase 2 seminar. That's what they name it for that one. Maybe whoever is new, as a new agents who joined in the Zoom meeting today and who doesn't know the background of what is trust in real estate, and I will go through a little bit basic for you. Under our real estate history, this year, last year, Toronto Real Estate Board celebrated, not last year, 2020, the Toronto Real Estate Board celebrated 100 years of anniversary. And next year, Oriya going. We can see the Toronto Real Estate Board and Oriya, they developed the real estate industry as a organized real estate for, not organized real estate. They started the real estate organizations even 100 years ago in Ontario. We have a history of that one. But I believe it's until 1997, Oriya was handling all the recourse job. Whatever the recourse doing it, and Oriya did set up the code of ethics and basic regulations. What are the studies you had to make it and everything was controlled by Oriya. This is the basic history I'm telling you guys just to know a little bit. Later on, after the 1990 early 1990 crash. Government of Ontario, the Ministry of Finance, they started as a real estate industry alone, because real estate industry one of the major industry for the government making money. Of course, they're making money for the land transfer tax, and they promote real estate industry and the mortgage industry. They join with real estate industry. The economy, they really need for the economy side. This is a very huge, big, important industry. Then started one portion in the Ontario government. The Council of Ontario, they make it as an independent government organization, was controlling the real estate target. After that one, they slowly developed the first act. I don't want to say the first act, the existing act, they changed it to 2002. They came up with REBA 2000, REBA 2002. REBA 2002, they started to work on from 2002, and this came to effect 2006. 2006, all the real estate Council of Ontario developed the REBA 2002, and everything was under the REBA 2002. Until now, we was doing under the REBA 2002 is the one they make the studies, and continuing educations. We cannot call ourselves as an agent, broker as an agent. I can name it so many things. That's not an important right now at this stage. Okay. The government of Ontario working on it, and Oriya was pushing the government to open up the PREC corporation. That's one of the major part I would say. Oriya did a major part for us. Even though Oriya lost teaching the courses because of some dispute came with the RICO and Oriya, they lost the teaching part, and the teaching real estate classes and everything moved to the Hemba College. We all know these stories, guys. But I just telling because of maybe I have today I can see around over 60 agents join. The new agents want to know a little bit about our industry side before I talk about trust in real estate. Then now the Government of Ontario, changing the Bill 145 to allow the REBA 2002 to change. And finally, the REBA 2002 and 2020 February, we did so many seminars about that one. REBA 2002, the name changed to Trust in Real Estate. Trust in Real Estate, the new name, this came up to Trust in Real Estate Service Act. You can even Google it and see Trust in Real Estate Service Act, and you can read lots of history of real estate industry. And this came to power on February 2020. When they introduced the Trust in Real Estate in 2020, that time Government of Ontario and RICO and Oriya together, they're working together. And Government of Ontario, they said that Real Estate Service Act, they gave the chance for the Oriya and other RICO and real estate organization to not modify, implement in the 3 levels: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 levels. And the phase 1 level, the Government of Ontario passed the regulation for the PREC Corporation, the Personal Real Estate Corporation. That came to effect through the Trust in Real Estate Service Act amendments on October 2020. Personal Real Estate Corporation came to effect. That's according to last Wednesday's Oriya webinar. Around 10,000, Oriya have right now around 85,000 real estate agents all over Ontario. Toronto Real Estate Board alone, we know about 50 to 60. I don't know the exact number. After the pandemic, so many agents joined. They were staying home and they studied and they joined more agents. The highest number of agents joined for last 2 years in the Toronto Real Estate Board because of the pandemic time. They studied online. Anyway, Toronto Real Estate Board alone, I believe around, I don't have the exact number, guys, around 60,000 agents. And all over Ontario, that's the Ontario Oriya meeting. They said 85,000 real estate agent in Ontario as a member of Ontario Ontario Real Estate Association, and around 10,000 agents started the PREC Corporation. That's a very big numbers for the PREC Corporation. That's definitely an asset, definitely a tax saving avenue for all our real estate agent. They did the phase 1 on that one. Now they are working phase 2. The phase 2 they are working right now. The phase 2, what's happening in the phase 2 is they are developing. There are few things they are developing right now for under the phase 2 category. Ministry of Ontario, the minister asking to review the code of ethics for the real estate side, because the code of ethics real estate, they feel like it's not strong enough, and they are making the code of ethics, and they are making a committee with the 5 members. 5 members, and 1 member is not a real estate organization member, is an outside member, and any issues come to RICO for a code of ethics side, any agents breaking the code of ethics, they want to refer to the ministry to handle those ones. That's the code of ethics. They are getting strict, as well as the strict in the sense they are saying there's no discrimination. There are no discrimination for the ethic, no discrimination for everybody: buyers, sellers, real estate realtors, and consumers production. That's what they're saying. They are rewriting the code of ethics. We are going to have a new code of ethics for the RICO side. Second thing, they are doing a major change in our side. Now we have there are buyers, sellers only come with as a client only.
Thank you. Bye bye.
sellers coming as a client through the listing agreement. But the buyer side, we have a two kind of agency agreement, the customer service agreement as well as a client agreement. Buyer agency agreement, and they are becoming as a client to us. And somebody walk into the open house, but we're doing it, we are signing the customer service agreement. We need to have a two kind of agreement because whenever come to the multiple representation, when this come to multiple representation, both of them are our clients, is going to be lots of conflict in our side. If both are client, in that case, that's one of the major reasons they're saying both are client, who is going to be faithful to. That's one of the major reason that they're saying multiple representation is going to be. They are not confirmed yet, guys. They are not confirmed yet. Don't take it for granted. They are not confirmed yet. In all the seminar, they're saying we are working on it. Just giving the update to our members. Same thing I am giving the update to our members. I don't want anybody have any confusion right now. But according to the code of ethics, according to the agency relationship, they're saying it's going to be it's going to be a client, no more customer service agreement. It's going to be self-representation. The self-representation, according to the ORIA and according to the RICO and the ministry, there's going to be more clear understanding for the say for example, buyer is coming to say, I don't want to work with the company, I want to be self-represent myself. Is coming in a different category. That means it's going to be a customer, but more rights with the customer. Customer service agreement having a limited rights. Now self-representation going to be more rights. We will time to time talk before it come to the effect. We'll time to time go to talk and we'll get representation category. Anyway, it's going to be in the future. It's a client or self-representation. There's no customers. And we need to talk about our commission side, self-representation, how they're going to charge the commission. The seller is still willing to pay for the commission to the person as a buyer is doing the self-representation. We don't know. It's a gray area. The gray areas, we will find out before we go. I only give you the summary. Whoever didn't watch the seminar, I give you the summary for you guys. And Kannan recorded, and he can even forward it to you guys. And he even forwarded to me this morning to review again before I come to the seminar. I did last night and this morning. We can do that one, but still it's too early. Third part for the open or close bits for the offer presentation. There's a good news for us. They are not restricting only for open bid. That's only the seller's choice and buyer's choice. Even the seller saying my listing, you can go for the open bid or close bid. That's what they want to do. Even the buyer have the rights. But the buyer always has the rights anyway. What kind of party have a rights to do whether they want to participate the open bid or close bid, what they're going to do, but which category they like it. They have an option to do that one. According to the ORIA web webinar, they're giving more rights and freedom for the and more understanding for the consumers, consumer production side. This is good, and this is coming under the phase 2 category. As for my understanding, guys, I don't want to mislead anything. As for my understanding, phase 3 going to be also. It's going to be full effect on April 2023. Before that one, they're going to do some phase 3 side. That auctioneer exception. What does that means is, Canada, under the Ontario, auctioneers are appointed by the government. They are the government auctioneers, or else they had to get the license. For example, vehicle auctioneers or anybody, they had to apply and get the license. According to this web webinar, this is my understanding, guys. I might be wrong. This is too early. We will update you after I read more information. But auctioneer exception, they are bringing up the auctioneer exception for the one category. That's going to be for open bid. We are going to act as an auctioneer. When we're going to act as an auctioneer, who is the one can Can you able to hear clearly? Okay. The auctioneer bit is going to be under who is the one can be an auctioneer for in this category. They're saying it's not clear to me at this yesterday's seminar. We will further, and no need to get the special auctioneer what do you call license. The auctioneer exception is going to be under the Toronto Real Estate Board members or ORIA members, as well as anybody can be an auctioneer. That's one of the word also came. We will discuss that further, guys. Tips now. I'm giving you some seats now. You guys go to Oria.com or Oria website and see the seminar. That's already, they said they already posted that one, and we can even email you whatever the seminar. Can already have a recorded message. He can email to you. This is basically, this is too early. I only passing the whatever I listened last Wednesday. Okay, that's nothing is right away. We need to worry anything. Okay, the next one, I have some question to discuss before we go to the type of properties and the listing issues. The questions are this week questions. He listed the property. Him and other partner listed the property. And after he listed the property, city put the lien on the property. City put the lien as a few different kind of liens. City put it in driveway, expanded driveway lien, separate entrance basement, and the electric authority, electric because they did the basement, and they asked city inspector went there and asking for the ESL certificate, and those kind of things they asked, as well as they registered under the title. The closing came last week. I mean during this week. The closing time, the buyer lawyer sent the letter to the seller's lawyer. The outstanding city violations are still not cleared. Then we are not closing the transaction. Maybe the buyer doesn't have a mortgage, or buyer doesn't have any issue, and buyer might feel like the market went down, 10% market went down. Can be any reason, but the buyer's lawyer sent the letter to the seller's lawyer. The city violation is not cleared. The time of the transaction. In this case, we don't want to close the transaction. This is the delegation side. The court's supposed to come and say whether the buyer's argument is right or not. As from my experience, yes, buyers are right, because the time of the transaction, there is the violation registered in the property. In that case, buyer have rights to walk away. The seller has to remove all the violations before the closing date. If the closing date time and there are any violation, they have a right to walk away. This is my opinion for this particular matter, but this is a delegation side. Because we know now what's happening. The buyers are looking for the chance to leave the properties because of markets going down. They may feel like we can wait and buy. Careful in your listings. If you recently renovate, only reason I come back and tell you guys what was happening the whole week, because I'm here listening the calls from all 650 salespeople and other side of the. In that case, I always come and inform you guys to be careful. Renovated, they do that one. But this time I like to share with you guys few information. This has happened in our office. Other office agent they visited. This happened not recently, last year. I could say last year. Shepherd and Morningside area. The client put the basement. Client cut the entrance and put the basement. Agent is a all community agent, experienced agent, and what happened? He showed the clients and everything. We have a strong feeling. Our agent and me have a strong feeling. That agent and the clients went to the city and complained to the city. They cut the basement without any permit. And what happened? City went there and they put the notice and get do all these things. took advantage of this one, and buyer took advantage, and seller did all this one around $30,000 worth of the work orders city gave. He did everything, and before the closing date, guys, be attention on the in case if we are listing the house, and watch it out for the other agent and the buyers. They can't even go and complain for this one. Okay, but in this case, whatever happened the case, I don't know who complained, and city order came for this particular case. Our salesperson case, yes, buyer have a right to walk away. That's my answer. That's a dedication. Based on the appraisal, they cannot able to close the transaction. Okay, that's happening every day. Every day I'm getting the call. Almost maybe 2 agents calling me same day. Appraised value came down. Appraised value came down, and we can't able to close the transaction. I said last week. I said one of the agent was calling me 8 times for one same scenario. This is happening right now, but interestingly now, like I can see the trend right now, the sellers are willing to reduce the price because sellers understand even going the lawsuit and getting the deposit and walking away and going the lawsuit and everything, a longer process. Maybe the market went down. They also sold it at a higher price, and why not? We can reduce some money. That's kind of mentality coming to sellers. In that case, if the price value came down, seller doesn't need to do it, but sellers are doing it. In that case, negotiate. And yesterday, the salesperson asked me for the write a close. Then we made the close yesterday and send it to the office, saying that when the seller asked, very nicely they asked, okay, we reduce the price. The $70,000 came, $35,000 we can reduce it, but the reduction of the price only if you close the property on that particular date. If you don't close the property on the particular date, we will go back to the original price for the lawsuit category. Understand again, as I repeat again, this week, I think Thursday, when the negotiation came, the buyer agent negotiated with the seller agent, and buyer's lawyer negotiated with the seller's lawyer. Finally, sellers back to market, they may go lower price and the lawsuit is going to be a hassle. Then they said, okay, they will reduce some money. Then the price value came around $70,000 lower. The seller reduced $35,000, and they put a condition on it. The condition saying that one, if you close the property on the time, the particular date, and we will close the transaction, our lawsuit going to be the original price. Then I made the close for them. The seller and purchaser office have it. In case if you want it, you can use it. The seller and the purchaser hereby confirm that the purchase price, say for example, $1 million, okay, will be reduced by $35,000 as a new price on the closing of the transaction. In the event of set closing date, the reduction $35,000 will not be applicable, and the purchase price will be remain as original purchase price. Should this transaction fail to close completely and the matter proceed with the litigation, the purchase price that will be dedicated open to the original purchase price. We have a clause. Want to do anything, you can talk to the office and you can put some clause. And what I'm trying to say, start to negotiate. Some sellers' mind are changing it. They are starting to negotiate a little bit now because they understand the market went down. Another agent asked me the property value came down to property $1,000. Then he asked the seller to take back the mortgage. I am ready to close the transaction. Yes, from the original price, my mortgage approved by the original price, 20% down payment. But the property value, appraised value came down $165,000. I don't have the money. If you give me back, if you give me a vendor take back mortgage, we can able to close it. Interestingly, one of the transaction is 1.6 million transaction. The seller is giving the vendor take back mortgage, the major 300,000, over 300,000. Seller giving the when to take back mortgage, because seller also feel like if he lists the property back to market, it's going to be down and he has to go for the lawsuit and get the money. Then they are giving the vendor take back mortgage. Guys, as a broker record, my training for you guys, try to close a transaction. Close it. If you don't close a transaction, you don't get money. But in that case, try all the ways. Now a price value come down lower. Seller doesn't need to reduce the price officially, but still you can try. Seller may reduce the price and ask the seller to take back mortgages. In that case, there's another way you can close a transaction. Then the same salesperson sent me the message. Does the private mortgages shows the credit bureau? And again, seller when the take back mortgage, is it going to show the credit bureaus? The private mortgages is different than the B lenders. B lenders we considering as a bank, and the private mortgages is like a big corporation like us or different private companies. If they give the mortgage, 99% doesn't show the credit bureau unless otherwise the particular lender, if you want to put it under the credit bureau, it only shows. Even I believe in Street Capital, major company still doesn't show under the credit bureau. Credit bureau mortgages doesn't need to put, the lenders doesn't have any requirements to put the mortgage under the credit bureau. Private according to his question, the private mortgages doesn't show under the credit bureau or under the most of the cases. And he asking another question: if you want to apply for the mortgage, that the new lender, you think he will find out if not in the credit bureau. Credit bureau only one side, guys. Credit bureau for the common fund for everybody. But if somebody go and search that particular property address as a title, we call abstract property, yes, all the registration is going to show there. That's been when they go. Credit bureau doesn't show when they take back mortgage. Credit bureau doesn't show the big corporation or like us private mortgages. But at the same time, the property abstract. Mortgage renewal, the property abstract is going to show the mortgage is registered against that property. The lien is registered against the property. That's going to show for sure. But that's the whole question I have right now, and we have to go through the message I sent out. Property side, the reason I sent you guys, I even mentioned it last class too. Type of the property side, we have altogether four different cases, okay, violation cases from the Toronto Real Estate Board. 4 different and one violation, as I said last time, already they came to the conclusion and the judgment came out. There are two agents as a partners, and senior two agents as a partners. The Toronto Real Estate 500 fine, 500 administrative penalties, and HomeLife broker record. I got $1,000 penalty too. But the interesting part, yesterday I tried to pay for the TREB fees. The invoice showing there $1,000 extra. You had to pay the $1,000 to the TREB for the violation fees. Guys, office cannot able to pay the too much violation like this. I have another 3 is there. The other 3 is pending there. We already helped the agents to send explanations, but we don't know what's going to happen now. Okay, then I was thinking, this is the time I want to tell you guys. This is the time I want to tell you guys what are the situation we have, and how we going to fill it out, the forms when we fill out. Okay. All right. Okay. I know we are real estate salespeople. We want to try to sell it. In this case, sometimes the condos, we want to put it under the detached. And the store and apartments going under the store and apartment, commercial store and apartment going under the commercial, because the 50% residential and 50% commercial. We cannot do this anymore. We are preparing a form. Ask the salespeople and the seller to sign. If anything other than the land registry category you want to list it, you are taking your own chance. Any violation come, agent, you have to pay for it. The office cannot pay for it if you want to do it. Sorry, there are certain cases I don't have a choice. I'm going to go through the property types. Okay, guys, under the listing category, what other property type is available? What other property type is available? Mainly, I'm going to focus for the land fees condos category. Okay, we're going to go through the property types under the freehold category. When we go for the listing category, we have three kind of listing under the freehold, condos, and the commercial. And the forms are three kind of forms, and when we put it in the system, we're going to select what kind of, we had to write it down, what kind of freehold property you are going for it. For example, I am open up other screen as a listing input screen, and under that freehold category, the list are here. Freehold category. The chat is clear. Everybody can able to hear clearly.
Anna, once a while is stopping, Anna.
Is stopping? Is stopping, eh?
Yeah, once a while is stopping. Yeah.
Once in a while is stopping.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's intermittent.
Yeah, I say my laptop, some reason the microphone doesn't work, and I'm using the office laptop. All right. Any issues come, please let me know. But I'm getting some messages once in a while. That's the reason I ask you guys. Okay. Anyway, this happened. Technology sometimes happens. Example, guys, when we put the listing in, the categories are there under the listing form. When you fill it out, please visit Land Registry office. Please go and pull out the year warehouse information and see how they listed the property, under what category they listed. And as I told you, the $3,000 for and the townhouses. The agent was changing the link and townhouses few times. Then that's the reason we got to find. Okay, when you fill out the freehold properties, freehold townhouse, number one category, townhouse under the listing. But they are going under the ABC order. There's no special order, ABC order. Coming under the townhouses / row houses and the townhouses is coming as one category. Cottages, detached properties, duplex in downtown Toronto, we have duplex, farmland, link. One of the time they remove the link as category, and they won't detach, bring it back to the link again. Link houses, mobile trailers, multiplex, rural residential properties, semi-detached, store with apartment, triplex, and vacant land. Here is the tricky part, not the tricky part. I want to teach you guys for the PLOT category. That's mean land fees detached. So detached townhouses, semi-detached houses, and the detached houses coming under the land fees category. Land fees category we are calling as a under the POLT. POLT means the listing. You can see POLT and how much is the maintenance fees. That's what we are doing under the land fees property. POLT stand for. I want to give you the explanation what is POLT stand for and what is the maintenance fees for. POLT stand for a partial of tight land. The land coming under the tie with something else. The partial of the tight land, or POLT, is a term used to describe the property which carries with the interest in a common element condo. The POLT stand for, we are listing under the freehold property, but yes, we are putting the just no answer if it's a POLT or POLT. We put just, it is asked you what is stand for POLT, the partial of tight land, the land tie up with something else. Or the POLT is a term used to describe the property which carries with the interest of the common element condominium, a POLT. Once joint must be transferred, the mortgage with the property, POLT are typically used as a share of the the marine for the harbor land, marines, golf courses or park. That's important because when they're registering the mortgage interest also carrying under the POLT category as the partial of land. Another definition also is listed under the Google. POLT is the freehold partial of land. Freehold partial of land. Freehold stand and the lot size is going to be there. If the freehold means freehold stand for under the definition is a lot size, frontage, depth, and under the survey, plan number, lot number is going to be there. But in addition to the freehold, we are tying up the freehold partial of land. This tied up with standard condominium unit, which is tied to the share of the freehold property. The POLT is tied to share of the condominium unit, which means the owner of the POLT cannot sell POLT without also selling the share of the condominium corporations. You understand everything, but I just described this one in our category. But lane fees, townhouses, lane fees, semi-houses, lane fees, condos, lane fees, detached houses, going under the freehold, yes. Under the detached, yes. After that one is coming under the POLT and putting the maintenance fees, guys. The next one with for the condos. When you go to condos, we can see some different condos, but we don't get in trouble with so far for the condos. Condo is a condo. We had to put it condo or else condo. When it's come to condo, there are so many categories are there in the listing. Check the land registry and see what really category they register between the freehold property and the condo property. The land in Ontario, land ownership in Ontario, two different categories, either freehold or condominium. Later on, they develop under the freehold tied up with this POLT category as a share of the condominium. That's a make the amend. They go for the gate houses, and nowadays the builders want to build it for the different purpose. They don't get the permission when the builder apply for the permit to build the property. They had to get the permission from each and every organization, fabricate department. Those areas, fabricate department is one of the minimum requirements department. Minimum requirement department will allow, but the garbage pickup municipality, they don't allow the road allowances if it is smaller than a certain limit, because garbage pickup trucks doesn't want to pay for the when they go, the pickup truck size is bigger and they are putting the garbage in and out and everything. The car park in the street, that's maybe scratch. In that case, they end up paying the penalty and so many things. When the city want to remove the garbage in the particular street, they have a set standard. That set standard, the road allowances are not builders bypassing the freehold property as a lane based property. That lane based property, most of the time the garbage truck doesn't come and pick up the garbage. In some cases, I seen the garbage truck picking up how the land tied up with the maintenance. They have access to the park and those kind of things. Anyway, basically saying, guys, but here the land registry, the major category freehold and condominium. Freehold property, lot number, the plan number, lot number, and the direction and the survey. And the declaration and description of the property, level number, unit number, and the description. And the picture of the unit is registered under the title. That's called condominium corporation. But please check it out before you list the. You can put the right one. You don't need to pay the fine, and office doesn't need to pay the fine. Okay, first one is showing here under the listing category. I'm opening up the listing input forms and reading for you guys. Common element condos. That's a regular. Most of the condos are coming under the common element condos. Second, townhouses, Those are the condo townhouses, regular townhouses. Co-ownership apartment, co-op apartment first. Corporation of co-op apartment, corporations. Co-op apartment is co-op apartment. It's not a condominium. That's under the maintenance fees. The ownership is different. Under the co-op buildings, I always pick an example for one building is 800 Kennedy Road, one of the nice small building. I was dealing with that building before. That's the reason I immediately things are available to. Co-op building means that's not condominium. That's a corporation. For example, one 8 floor building. Each floor is 10 units. That's been 80 units are there. Some of them are 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom. But that co-op building, the way it's come to the co-op building is a chairs. You are buying the chair of the property, not the unit. For example, you are buying the 812. You are buying the penthouse 812. Sorry, 810. Only 10 units, I said. Okay, 810. You are buying there. You are, if it is a condominium, you buy the unit number, apartment number 810, and what is the level? Maybe we can look at the level 7 or level 8, whatever comes. But it's a corporate building, but you're buying it. Only the postal address 810, but you are buying the chair of the building. The chair maybe you are the unit you are buying for 2 bedroom. How many chairs? Originally the time they develop the condo, how many chairs they issue. Based on that one, they divide by the square foot of the particular your unit, how many square foot. Based on that one, interestingly, I see one condo I was dealing with 1.736 or something like that square foot. The share of the ownership of the building, that particular share of the ownership of the building, you are buying it. That one is a different category. That co-op building. The bank, not a little bit hard. Mostly the banks or B lenders, they don't want to give the mortgages for it. Most of them buying for the cash price. Considerably is much less than the market price, but they are very restricted properties. If you buy it, you can have to get the permission from the board before you lease the property, and the owner must live there at least 5 years. And age limit is there. Some condos age limit is there. Some condos the children under 10 years of age cannot live there. Some co-op building restricted, but only advantage you can see the co-op building. The major advantage I saw it, the co-op building. Under the property taxes, you don't need to pay yourself. Property taxes paying by the co-op. Then considerably the maintenance fees is less. Plus the property tax is including the maintenance fees. You don't need to pay for yourself. And there are so many other new buildings they develop here right now with in front of on Market Road in front of the tax law court. They are developing the life lease properties, and lot of varieties of the condos are building it right now. But before you list, guys, that's what I keep saying. Before you list, you have to pull the land registry and what are the categories there. Based on that category, go for it. Otherwise, the Toronto Real Estate Board is getting very strict right now. They are coming back. If they come to us and ask for the existing listing, we putting long, okay, we can even change it right away. They are coming back to us, all 4 cases, 4 allegations. 4 allegation statement we received, all 4 of them, we sold it 6 months ago. How they find out? They are checking one by one. That's the Toronto Real Estate Board doing it right now. Please double check before you put the listing, and go with the GOA house registry basis. And again, for this, under the condo category, as I said, common element condos, condo townhouses, co-op apartment, the detached condo. Detached condos, mostly you can see Prosperity Pathway, and there are some areas in Nelson. These properties are pretty old properties. When I started real estate is 1995. I saw that one in Prosperity Pathway and different places, detached condos. That's mean the houses there, but the maintenance fees houses. That's mean you don't own the land, you own the house only. Okay, that doesn't mean land is. They don't say land lease. They don't say that one. They under the condo category. They build it and the maintenance fees they collect it. That's kind of prosperity pathway, and those areas you can see those one. That's not a new one. That's an old one. And under the condos, if you are putting a leasehold condo, as I said, nowadays they are building the leasehold condos. Leasehold condos, that's mean you don't own it forever, but they are leasing the property, and how many years you are leasing the property, and lease transfer, and there are leasehold condos. They are restricted to one person at least over 55 years of age, and the transfer is go through their management has to approve the transfer, and there are a few things are there, guys. Double check those ones. And under the condos, you can only sell for the locker. If the locker for the condos is ownership, other than the exclusive usage, if the locker is ownership, yes, you can list it separately for the locker, and you can list it separately for the parking space. And time chairs is getting less in Canada, but there are still time chair is there. But time chair is more famous, not right now. 25 years ago, the time I was started, people was making very good money under the time chairs. Now I don't see any time chairs selling in Canada. But in Mexico, I seen the time chairs very famous. They are selling in the Mexico. Whoever go as a tourist, and US, California, San Diego, and those areas, timeshare are still famous. The agents making money. What is timeshare means? You buying the unit of either can be even Dubai, or can even Miami Beach, Florida Beach, anywhere you can buy it, the condo or even the houses. But you have the ownership only two weeks per year. The 2 weeks per year, you have the ownership, and you can go there and live there for 2 weeks without paying any money. That's called timeshare. I'm not talking about too much of the timeshare, good, bad, or anything, but it depends on the people's lifestyle. Some of them like it; they buy the timeshare, and every 2 weeks they go there in the year and they book it in advance, book the time slot. And different countries, even some place, sometimes you buy the timeshare. We stick with only 60 units in all of the world. In that case, they will say, if you buy the timeshare for $30,000 and every year you want to go 1 week vacation or 2 weeks vacation, different part of the world, you can book it whenever your vacation time, which one is available. In that case, you can go. Anyway, I'm not promoting, or I'm not going to the timeshare side, but timeshare also you can list and sell under the. And the vacant land also come under the certain kind of vacant land come under the condo side. If it is a land already divided and not to build anything, and they divide the land under the condo category for the commercial condo categories, you can list those one. Under the commercial side also, guys, as a different categories are there. Geo warehouse and pull the geo warehouse. I told secretaries as a mandatory part for the listing. The listing package, the agent is supposed to pull it and give it to the company office. The reason we asked the listing agent to pull that one, because every one of you have 1,000 time you can pull the geo warehouse. Office secretaries also can only 1,000 time. In that case, everyday basis, if we don't have a limit. That's the reason we are asking the listing package, recent the geo warehouse, pull it and attach that one with the listings. Now you guys doing it anyway. That's nothing new. We were still asking. Now it's getting a little bit serious now. Okay, and the next one for the listing side. The next one. Listing the property, guys. Today we're talking about the listing category. When you are listing the property, please visit and get the details. And even surprisingly, an agent asked me, even this week, I just walked into the real estate office from my tax office. The agent asked me, Silvana, I'm not making any mistake. I follow the last year listing, all the measurement and everything. Square foot is not right. And the way he talking, whatever he did, he think he did whatever he did is 100% right, and he's blaming the buyer. Guys, we are not supposed to follow the last year listing. Last year listing is the property of the different agent. They put it, whether he put right or wrong, we don't need to worry about it. If we are telling them we follow the last year listing, we had to do our job. The last time the listing agent made a mistake, doesn't mean we can continuously do it. I told this one, we had an argument with one of the salesperson during the pandemic time. I told him, he listed the property exactly for the exactly 100%. He copied the last year previous agent listing, including certain information of the previous salesperson name and the stuff. Then I told them it's a 100% violation. Then we have a little bit of argument, and he called the real estate board. And gave him some exception because the pandemic as a reason. Seller doesn't want the salesperson to go and measuring all the things. In that case, they said during the pandemic time, yes, if we follow the last year listing, we are not going for any time, guys. The basic real estate board regulation, don't follow the last year listing, go with your own. That's what they're saying. Okay. Again, if we are putting the information, listing is a part of your asset of the business. If we are putting the listing, that's going to be there forever. Mostly the listing. You can see our HomeLife future is different than other companies. Any other companies, I can say. You can say the more famous office. I don't know what to say. Famous word. Okay, whatever the word we can use it for the even Remax Hallmark or Remax Realty having so many brokerages, so many branches and everything. They always say we are the top producers, house of top producers, and this and that. Anyway, but who is the one putting the listing? The salespeople putting the listing. Why? They give the access to the salespeople. They don't want to pay for the staff. Our office, we started until now. We don't charge them monthly fees, but still our office secretaries are putting the listing. We are giving you guys to do the editing the listing, not putting the listing. Two main reasons: advantage for you, and even though I pay the salary for the extra staff, advantage for myself. Every listing we are verifying and put it in. One of the salesperson used to work our office and he moved to different office now. He under the major violation, he signed the only he got the signature from one spouse, other spouse he didn't get the signature. Under one of the major Remax office, then the other seller went to the lawsuit. Went to the major lawsuit. Finally, they settled down between the office and the particular person who filed the lawsuit. Okay, our secretaries are double check everything and they're putting the listing. They make it good for yourself and your time, and plus we are saving our side too, for the violation side. Okay, from now on onwards. Okay, guys, please visit the places, and after we put the listing, please verify the listing and find out everything. Even though you want to change the pictures, different order for the pictures. Do that one. No, I get another violation. Sorry, guys. While I'm teaching you only, I get the violations coming in my mind. 2 weeks ago, Toronto Real Estate Board sent the violation after put the sale sign in front of the house. The agent put the sale sign and got the picture and updated the picture. Sale sign. Your house picture has to be house picture. Real estate agent sales sign cannot be in the picture. I repeat again, real estate agent sales sign cannot be in the picture you are posting in the MLS. That means you have to have your own picture, or else the photographers knows they had to get the picture without the sales sign. That came as a violation. A few weeks ago. Careful on those sides. Every listing you are put it in, double check carefully, guys. And some agents ask me about the listing. The closing techniques as a real estate agent, listing agent, closing techniques. Under the listing, you communicating without any words, but sorry, the indirect communication you are giving to other agent for the listing, how to sell the listing faster. I'm going to go as a few tips for you guys. So for example, you are putting the listing. You are putting the listing for 1.4 million. Okay, you reduce the price, $50,000. There are two ways you can reduce the price. Most of the agents, what they're doing it, you are canceling the listing and putting back as a new listing for 1.350. Reduce it from 1.4 to $50,000 less price, and you putting the command for the client's command under the client remarks. You are putting it $50,000 price reduction for the quick sale. That's bringing you a sale. That's telling you all other real estate salespeople, your seller want to sell this house. And other one, I can say other one. Your seller already bought the property. Seller already bought the property. But you are putting the listing. The seller bought the property and seller closing coming on July the 15th. The 15th, seller's closing date. But this listing you are listing right now, his existing property, you are listing it. The position date, why you want to put 30 to 60 days or to be arranged or 60 to 90 days and random words. Just put it July the 15th as a closing date. What happened that one? Indirect communication. You as a salesperson, you are looking after your sale. You are looking after your sale. In that case, you are indirectly communicating with the other salesperson. Bring the offer. My seller already sold it. Guys, there are so many techniques we have to use it. The chat box, there are questions coming in. I want to have a look first and continue. Okay, that's the question came from Delano. We have the best office staff in the industry. Oh, thank you, Delano. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment, Delano. Thank you. You always support the office. You do a lot of things. Thank you so much. And the next one from the make sure a for sale sign has not to be in the picture. Yes, Raj, you can put any pictures in the house, but a for sale sign is, you cannot put the for sale sign in the house. There are some restriction. There are not only for sale sign, there are some restriction for the front of the house. The restrictions are very basic one. It's a good question you ask. Sorry, guys. It's a good question you ask. Sometimes they go to the allegation. For example, the number one, your sales sign. Yes, you cannot put your sales sign. Your sales sign showing your cell phone number. For example, since 2010, mail listings came. You don't need to, the listing marketing is different than listing posting. We are focusing on the listing posting, not for the listing marketing. You cannot market your name, your sales sign through the listing. That's number one. Another complaint I got, the vehicle park in the garage, in front of the house. The vehicle park in front of the house, parking space, and Toronto Real Estate Board asked to remove. This happened a few years ago. Worse than that one, the owner was standing there. Owner was standing there in the property. Toronto Real Estate Board asked them to remove immediately for those one. And that's the only one come to my mind right away. And we get two, three arbitration. We went up to arbitration, was using the previous picture. If you are using the listing, if you are copy the picture from previous picture from anybody, including the Google Map pictures. The word is including the Google Map pictures. Google Map pictures, you cannot repeat and post it in the listing. You had to get the picture by yourself. You are listing the property and getting the commission by yourself. Everybody are carrying the fancy phone. All the phones coming with the 3 cameras. Why not you can't get the picture and upload the picture in yourself or give it to the office? Okay, anyway, if we are getting the picture from the previous listing, violation under the arbitration side. We was lucky because the office canceled it and we sent one of the deal. The salesperson sent the pictures. And other salesperson complained that was a picture he was using it before, and office removed and informed the salesperson. He sent back few other pictures. We posted that pictures. When we proof it, we already remove it, and the salesperson sent me back the picture again. That time office was thinking that's a picture from his own. In that case, office didn't pay for the violation, but at the same time they charged the real estate salesperson for the violation of using somebody's picture in a violation. But the Google picture, copy the Google picture, and from before the Toronto Real Estate Board had the library pictures, each and every house under the library, we was losing the library pictures. They removed that one. I need to update that one because the secretaries are doing everyday basis. I believe they remove the library pictures from each every houses. I see the name only, Raj. Yes, you cannot put the sales sign. You have to get the picture of the house before you put the sales sign. If you put the sales sign, try to after you get the picture, the photo editing, remove your sales sign, or else zoom it and get the picture without the sales sign. Okay, and under the listing category, listing is one of the important major part for you, major asset for you guys, and give some code words for the listing, to sell this sellable listing. And so, okay, one agent asked me 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, and the condo, the owner left the condo, and the condo is empty, and he did the renovation. He ordered the appliances, and the washer and dryer is extra large. He cannot be able to put it in the washer and dryer in the washing machine area. And he said they can buy the stand and they can put it up and down for the stand. And they said they want to remove the washer and dryer. The time they don't want to put the washer and dryer in the listing, and they want to remove the washer and dryer the closing time. I said to them, it is a negative sale direction. Either you don't put the washer and dryer, leave the place empty. They can buy it and put it in. If you put it in, you are saying, I want to remove the washer and dryer. That's going to be negative effect for the listing, guys. When you are putting the listing, make the listing saleable listing. Every listing having the saleable features. For example, if the condo listing, saleable feature, what is that? Number one, empty. Condo is empty. Nobody's there. They are not living there. Property is empty. Anybody, anytime you can close it and leave. They can move in the condo. Second thing, laminated flooring. Remove the carpet and put laminate floor. Even not necessary for the staging for the condo. Staging is a small one. Condos, you don't need a staging. It's not mandatory for the staging and expensive for the carrying up and down for the furniture and stuff. You don't need for the staging. If the existing condo is there, yes, you can leave the commission. All the time condos doesn't sell for 10-15 days. But what's happening? The condo increase the commission to 2.5 to 3%, and you can get $20,000 more for the price. These are the techniques. Every listing come with the techniques, guys. Every listing come with the techniques. Use it. And again, when to take back mortgages is one of the important part for these days. Putting the broker command saying that one, I don't need the money right away. I'm going to get the profit of 500,000. I'm not going to use it. And you are giving seller take back mortgages is available for 100 or 200,000. That's a down payment. Somebody can buy it, come and buy it for 0% down payment for your condo. Mortgage, you can't even sell it for 0% down payment. I don't want to go to more details on that one because the public, anybody can record this one. There are so many ways there. Okay. Today I have.
Yeah, this is Rafael Silva. Can I say something about that title search that you talked about early in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, the title search. Actually, it's clause 10 of our agreement of purchase and sale about the title search, and basically it gives the dates when the objection to the title search should be sent to the seller lawyer, and it also has a 5-day clause before closing. Can you hear me?
Before the title search, we have to send it out. Yes.
Yes. And the other thing is there are two types of title searches. One is off title search and one is the ownership search that goes to the root of the title. So they can object to the root of the title right up to closing. And off title search that they are talking about, like the work orders, non-payment of taxes, or any other thing that is outstanding, they are off title searches, and that affects the marketability of the property, but it does not affect the transfer of title. So the buyer cannot object to transfer the property, but we can give a reduction in price and agree to transfer the property because it only affects the marketability of the property. So basically, if there is a work order or anything, you give compensation and they should transfer the property. That's how the system is working right now in many cases. So it's better now in these bad times if the seller can do before the closing date, do some search to find out if there's any off title searches to be done, like work orders, fire, or anything else, non-payment or taxes, then they can remedy that before the closing on their own rather than wait for the other side to tell them there are these issues. And sometimes I think even a lawyer writing, the city charges the lawyer to find out how much tax is outstanding. But if the owner goes to the city, they will get free of charge. So the owner can find out all this information before closing so that they can avoid this hassle at the end of closing, because every buyer is trying to get out of closing because they want better price.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thanks, Selva. Thank you, Selva. Kanna? Today, guys, I had to go for a meeting at 11 until 11. Now it's 10:45. In 2-3 minutes, I'm going to close it today. 15 minutes I'm going to shorten today, and I started 5 minutes late today. Sorry, guys, and because I have a meeting to go at 11 o'clock. If you have any mortgage related questions, you can ask Kanna. He can take over my seat right now. If you have any question, you can ask him. Otherwise, we can meet for the next Zoom meeting. Next week is a long weekend. Then we following Wednesday, if we can, if it is available, we'll try. Informing July 10th, our 20th anniversary. HomeLife started, and coming up to 20 successful years. Since we started, I always come to the stage and tell you guys, we breaking our own records and moving on. That word is already in my mind every single time I repeat that word. Here until now, we are breaking our record, and we are moving forward, and we are holding it 650 plus agents, and we're going to have it July 10. Last week I sent it out to the social group to come to the office meeting to decide what we're going to do. Either we take the bus to go to the beach, or either we go to the park, or we come to the parking lot, and finally we decide we're going to do the office area. We starting at 3 o'clock. We're going to have the training center. We're going to arrange the bar and other stuff with the bartender, and we're going to have a shed in the back of the parking lot, and we're going to do it. They're starting at 3 o'clock until midnight. Celebration July 10th. Please mark your calendars, July 10th. Enjoy your weekend, guys. That's it for today. Enjoy your weekend, and enjoy next weekend. And I'll try to arrange the Zoom meeting during the next weekend. I cannot do it. I can try to arrange something in the middle if I can.